Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome back to another new movie review. Today we are going to be talking about M.F.A. Before I get into that though, I want to say a quick thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. Thank you so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. Alright, now onto a summary of M.F.A, and I know I'm totally going to butcher this director's name, so I do apologize. So M.F.A is directed by Natalia Late, and it stars Francesca Eastwood, Leah McKendrick, and Clifton Collins Jr. And it follows an art student, Noelle, who taps into a rich source of creative inspiration after the accidental slaughter of her rapist. Noelle becomes a vigilante of sorts, set on avenging college girls whose attackers walked free. Now, fun fact about this movie, one of the stars who I mentioned, Leah McKendrick, she plays Skye in the movie, is also the screenwriter of the film. I didn't realize until after when I was sitting down to write my notes. Kendrick is the screenwriter, and she allowed Late, again, I don't know how you say the director's name, I'm sorry, allowed Natalia to tweak parts of the script to fit her own experience with sexual assault back when she was in art school herself. There is a lot of stuff in the film based on the director's experience as well. Now let's move on to what I liked about M.F.A. Alright, so I know this is another rape revenge horror movie, and if you guys watched my review of Revenge last week, you may have picked up on the fact that I'm a little bit tired of your typical cliche rape revenge formula, you know, of a movie. Girl is raped, girl turns into a badass and tortures and kills her rapists. M.F.A is totally different. I thought the plot was a totally clever twist on the rape revenge paradigm, cliche, normal thing that rape revenge movies do. I am gonna talk spoilers a bit because I want to kind of describe the plot a little bit to you to explain how it's different. So if you're worried about that, I'm sorry. You might not be able to watch this review until after you've seen the movie. So in normal rape revenge movies, like I said, a girl is raped, usually, sometimes, not all the time, most of the time, is left for dead, and then she kind of has like a rebirth and then turns into this badass and just like shooting them up and stabbing them and cutting their dicks off and shit like that. At its core, I have no problem with those movies, but I just feel like it's been done to death. And where M.F.A differs, it starts off how you would think it would. Like, Noelle goes to this party, there's this boy who's in her department that she likes, and he rapes her, and it's a very hard to watch scene. It happens quite quickly, but they do show it. They definitely show everything, and it is hard to watch. The way he talks to her is like the character, obviously. The way the character talks to Noelle is just it made me sick to my stomach a little bit. What happens is Noelle is obviously like just very broken and depressed and, you know, can't believe what happened to her. And she goes to confront Luke, who is the guy who raped her. And this is where it just doesn't go like you would expect a normal rape revenge movie to go. So when she goes to confront him, and she's still kind of like very meek and weak and not very assertive, and you know, she just goes and she's like, I want you to apologize. And of course, Luke, being the douchebag that he is, just like blows her off and just like, I'm like, literally says like, I'm over this, just leave, and then goes to go upstairs. And I'm just like, oh my god, this guy is fucked in the head. So of course then she gets like a kind of a surge of anger and runs up the stairs after him and kind of shoves him a little bit. He pushes her back, and and then she shoves him away from her, and he accidentally goes over the railing, hits the bottom floor, and dies. Totally accidental. And this happens like within like the first 20-30 minutes of the movie, and you're kind of just like, oh shit, her rapist is dead now, so what's the rest of the movie gonna be about? It's not till after that happens that she starts going after other girls' rapists. So she starts researching incidences of sexual assault that happen on her college campus, things that have gone just, you know, very sadly unreported, and, you know, it's very topical. So a lot of the rapists are, you know, like prominent students, they're on sports teams and things like that. They get little more than a slap on the wrist. And while the girls, you know, are branded like crazy, they're whores, they're liars. And so Noelle takes this upon herself to go and kill all these motherfuckers, which I thought was totally interesting, because it's not like, she's not just going after her rapist, she's going after all of the rapists on her campus, which I thought was totally cool and a total cool take on the movie. Sorry, I just spent a whole lot of time describing the plot to you. Like I said, it is very topical as to what is going on today. Like, obviously it takes place on a college campus. Like I said, some of the rapists are kind of like, you know, they're on sports teams and things like that, which, you know, might ring a few bells in your head of things that have actually happened. Noelle goes to this support group. They meet and they talk about ways to like raise awareness for sexual assault and things like that. And they all act very differently from Noelle. So they're all talking about like fundraisers they're doing, events they're holding, and they're talking about like, oh, I heard about this nail polish that changes colors when it comes into contact with, you know, common date rape drugs. So you can discreetly dip your finger in your drink, and if your nail polish changes color, then you know there's something in there. And then of course Noelle is like playing the audience at that part where she's like, well, why can't we just teach guys not to rape? Again, which is something super topical right now at this moment. And a part which I thought, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but I thought it was great. And I thought it said something really interesting about this movement. So the group then starts talking about a hashtag for one of their events, and it's like hashtag Rio Heroes or something like that. And then of course Noelle is just like, well, we should do something instead of just creating a fucking hashtag. Like, it just made me think of the hashtag Me Too movement, and I was just like, I don't know if they just spilled some tea or or that was unintentional. I thought that was interesting. I thought that said a lot about the kind of movement, and I'm not personally saying that I think the Me Too movement is stupid, but if you want to get like practical and down to brass tacks, and this is just my opinion, I'm sorry if I offend anybody, it'll probably happen anyway. Like, if you just think right down to it, just hashtagging Me Too does nothing. It doesn't stop rapists. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't do anything like that. All it does is bring awareness to the topic, and it did a lot to band people together, you know, because when everyone was sharing their stories, you could, you know, follow that hashtag and just see how many people that have gone through similar stuff to you, or, you know, a fictional you. I'm not saying you, you know what I mean. So it does a lot of good in that way, but I totally got what Noelle was saying as well, that in reality, it doesn't stop sexual assault. I thought that was a very interesting point. I'm not saying that that's what the director and the filmmakers were saying, but that's just what I picked up from the movie. I thought that was super interesting. You know, it was just, it seemed like the movie was very aware of the time that it was being made in. And so the title of the movie is M.F.A, which is Master of Fine Arts. Noelle is like a painter, a drawer. That's what she's going to school for. And I like how they really point out her insecurities in the beginning of the movie. Like, she very much plays it safe. Like, she's having a work of hers critiqued by her class, and they're talking about how it's just like, obviously the technique is there, but there's no feeling behind it. And then, as you would imagine, after she is raped, she turns her pain into art. She's back getting a new piece critiqued after she's been raped, and all of a sudden the class can see the pain, can feel the pain in it, and a kind of twisted beauty to it as well, which I thought was interesting. It kind of felt like it was saying, you know, like, you know, if you share your story, if you share your pain in that way, there are going to be people that identify with that, and because they've been through something similar, or they can relate on some level. And it made me think about a video I watched a while ago. It's a Shane Dawson video. I think the video is called Why YouTubers Are Depressed, or Why YouTubers Are Sad, or something like that. And he's talking about how he's never met, well, I'll just show you a clip of it.
I have never met a happy YouTuber. Listen, I've met YouTubers who are happy and they're fun and they laugh and they make jokes. But deep down, we're all kind of like sad people and dark and fucked up. But I think that's why you watch, because you relate to that. But also, I think that's part of being a creative person. Your sadness and your sad childhood, or all your problems, or for me, like my body dysmorphia, my childhood, all of that makes you creative.
So yeah, that it made me think about that too, which I thought was also very true and interesting. Not to say that you have to have gone through something traumatic to make beautiful art, but a lot of artists and creative people have gone through shit, have personal pain that they then turn into something creative, which I thought was an interesting point to add into the movie as well. Just a separate little facet of the movie. So as you can imagine, I liked this much better than Revenge. I couldn't help but compare the two because, you know, I'd watched them pretty much back to back. So Emma, if you're watching this, I know everyone wants us to do a rape revenge episode for Does This Offend You? I would not mind doing M.F.A. and Revenge. I think that would be an interesting video. I love how I'm saying this in a video, not just DMing her this. So was M.F.A. worth it? Yes. Obviously, as you can tell, as of right now, I don't have any dislikes on this movie. I thought it was damn near perfect. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. I fucking loved it. And I don't think I've ever said that about a rape revenge movie. I fucking love this movie. On IMDb, it has a 5.7 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 71% critic score and a 58% audience score. And then on Letterboxd, it has a 3.1 out of 5. I was able to watch M.F.A. on Amazon, obviously, so I'll leave an affiliate link to the movie in the description box. There's no pressure to use that link, but if you do, it does help out the channel. So if you've seen M.F.A., let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. As always, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and ring the notification bell if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.